New York once had a riot over a hat. Not a crown, not a uniform, a straw hat. The summer kind that made a banker look half picnic, half boat captain. In 1922, that hat was normal in July. In September, it became suspicious. There was an unwritten deadline. By September 15th, respectable men were supposed to switch to felt. Nobody passed a city law. No mayor stood under a flag. The rule lived in side eyes, newspaper jokes, and teenagers with free time. That is the dangerous part. A rule with no clerk can still have enforcers. On September 13th, some boys started early. 2 days early. They moved through Mulberry Bend in Manhattan. They knocked straw hats off factory workers. Then they stomped them flat on the street. For a minute, it was a prank wearing boredom as a badge. Then they picked the wrong heads. Dock workers were not interested in fashion criticism. The boys reached for their hats. The dock workers reached back. The fight grew fast enough to jam traffic near Manhattan Bridge. That is when a hat stopped being clothing. It became a match. The hidden rule was simple. Know the season, or look like you do not belong. A straw boater was a tiny passport. In June, it said summer gentleman. After the deadline, it said careless outsider. Cities love signals like that. They are cheap. They are visible. And everybody can pretend the signal is obvious. But obvious rules are only obvious after someone embarrasses you. Earlier generations used September 1st. Then the magic date drifted to the 15th. Because nothing says social order like moving a fashion deadline. Newspapers warned men when the day was coming. Offices joked about it. Stockbrokers could smash each other's hats if they were friends. That part matters. A friend smashing your hat was horseplay. A stranger doing it was assault with better branding. Teenagers noticed the gap. The city had invented a holiday for grabbing property. Then it forgot to hire adults. The next night, the prank got uglier. Groups roamed the streets looking for straw hats. Some carried sticks. Some sticks reportedly had nails for hooking hats. That is a lot of hardware for seasonal fashion. On Amsterdam Avenue, one account described a mob around 1,000 strong. Imagine explaining that to your boss. Sorry I am late. My commute was delayed by hat enforcement. Some men fought back. Some were beaten badly enough to need hospitals. Police arrested boys. Police also had to protect their own hats. Because even off-duty officers had heads. The city was now policing people who were policing hats. Night court got involved. One teenager, A. Silverman, received 3 days in jail. The magistrate's name was Peter A. Hatting. History does not usually write jokes that clean. Other boys were too young to jail. Their parents were summoned instead. The lesson was delivered at home, probably louder than the court version. The riot lasted about 8 days. That does not mean every block burned for 8 days. It means the idea kept traveling. One smashed hat told another block, this is allowed. A crowd is sometimes just a rumor with shoes. And a good rumor needs a prop. The straw hat was perfect. Light enough to steal. Public enough to shame. Cheap enough for people to laugh. Personal enough for people to swing back. That combination is dangerous. The object looks silly. The status behind it is not. This is why the story still feels modern. We do not need straw boaters. We have other tiny passports. The wrong shoes in the wrong office. Holiday decorations up too early. A reply that sounds too formal. A profile photo that says the wrong tribe. Nobody writes all these laws down. That would make them look ridiculous. So the group enforces them sideways. A joke. A stare. A group chat screenshot. A little public correction with a smile. Most of the time, it stays harmless. Signals help strangers move through crowds. They tell us who is working, celebrating, mourning, selling, flirting, or lost. But the signal becomes stupid when it outranks the person. That is the Straw Hat Riot in one picture. A city decided autumn needed muscle. So teenagers tried to punch summer off people's heads. Eventually, the boater faded. The ritual faded with it. Not because humans stopped enforcing tiny rules. We just changed costumes. The useful question is not, what hat are they wearing? It is, what rule am I protecting right now? If the answer is safety, dignity, or kindness, fine. If the answer is, the calendar feels disrespected, Maybe let the hat live. New York survived the straw hat. The hats did less well. And somewhere in the city, a felt hat quietly enjoyed its promotion.